the stage now. I'm ready to rage now. I feel like an animal stuck in a cage and I'm ready to break out. My time, my time. None of you people can tell me to stop. This time, like the last time, you better get ready to race to the top. I'm ready to do this, show you what the truth is. I step on the field, it's time to get real. I'm feeling so ruthless.
And we are live here, Asbury Park, New Jersey. Once again for the 4 o'clock game of the week, the first round of the Eastern playoffs, which the number 3 seed in BIC will take on the final seed in the Virginia Heathens. Today's matchup is between LJ, the last-ditch effort for the Maryland Virginia division to get a team in the A7FL, at least for this season. And here's some of the highlights we've seen on Games of the Week. They had some sparks with Lenny Manziel, with Dion Charles. They have some things going at times, but what they've struggled with is consistency, not only in their ability to make the plays consistently that they need to, but consistency even in the personnel, especially at the quarterback position. A lot of the highlights you'll see are of Lenny Manziel. Some will be of Captain America. You see here Lenny making a great play for his team in a losing effort to the number 1 seed Patterson U. But it's this fight that we see from Lenny that honestly, late in the season for the Heathens, it seems like it's been missing. They're gonna have to try to find some of that. And it's gonna be a tough one because they're going up against one of the best teams in this league nationally. Every year, as long as I've been a commentator, it's the BIC, the defending national champions.
Yeah, man, listen, BIC it's been what? Either they're winning it or they're the one who's in it, right?
Right, yeah.
So BIC always comes with the top players, always breaks the internet, always top of the, top of the division, top of the league. They're always the team to pick. This is a Goliath, one of those David Goliath type of games. But the Heathens, depending on the personnel, because their roster is thick. They can make this a goodie. They can make this a competitive game where BIC again, BIC sometimes they take teams for granted. And this got to be one of those games where they just got to separate themselves from the competition.
Well, and this has been a little bit of a different year for BIC. You see the amazing players that they have. Mm-hmm. There's a new addition in Jason Sisson, the explosive speedster. You obviously have the stalwarts in Ashante Worthy, their quarterback, reigning MVP, Sterry Codrington. But what's different a little bit this year, LJ, is they're coming into this game not undefeated, not one of the top 2 teams in the Eastern Conference. They're 3-2. Mm-hmm. They have a loss against the Animals. And that week 1 loss against the Patterson U, and although they're the reigning champs, they might not necessarily be everybody's favorite in this division to come out of it and represent the East in the championship. You see some of their big-time plays. There's long stalwarts and Isaac Negron, along with new guys rounding out the roster for the defending champs. There's Ole Bell, and Momo may be playing quarterback based on the release there. That was just the coin toss and the captains. Ole Bell, the all-time leader. I'm calling it, Ryan DePaul. I'm calling it the all-time leader in sacks in this league. Longtime Savage player. Last year getting his first ever championship trophy with BIC. So, Heathens do not have a win this year. BIC has lost 2 games for the first time in what seems like a decade. And something's got to give. Either BIC is going to get back to form or the Heathens are going to shake off that offer. We're going to start this game with a 3-on-1 throw-off, and that is Ashante. Hollywood Worthy ready for the throw-off, and here we go.
Here we go, folks. Most exciting time. Let's see if we can make a play. Keeps it very basic and very simple. It's about the 42 here.
Makes the first man miss. That's easy. Getting to the 41. I was talking to Easy before the game, you know, trying to get that little quick break in before we call between the 1 o'clock and the 4 o'clock game. And he said, I was like, hey, who's playing quarterback for you guys? Easy goes, I don't know, man. It might be me. LJ, for a playoff game, asking one of your playmakers who's playing quarterback for the answer to maybe me, maybe it's me, I don't know. It's an interesting start for the Heathens. But to tell you the truth, Momo, he's out there wearing number 17 at the quarterback position. I have yet to see him play quarterback in this league. He's more known as a tight end, wearing the number 3. He's, you know, big guy. Not unlike yourself when he's out there. Can catch the ball, can put some hits out there on the defense. But the one thing I do not know, LJ, is how well he could throw the football. I think we're going to have to find out early here if the Heathens want to have a serious chance in today's game. Because honestly, for me, the story of their season so far, LJ, has been the inconsistency. They start off the season, a lot of high hopes with the captain of the American rugby team, Ryan Burrows, Captain America, and they lost to the Phantoms. We just saw them play. Here's Momo.
Momo starts with the pass.
A little bit off target for the Greek Beast.
A little bit off target indeed. But listen, you're talking about the first play. We don't know if he's that quarterback, and then he, you know, shotgun.
I mean, he's standing. He's got the wristband on, like, you know, mid-2000s quarterback.
Look like the part.
He's cosplaying it, if anything.
He looks the part. All he needs is a glove on his left hand, and he might, you know.
I mean, he's wearing an eligible number. 17 works for quarterbacks, right? He's not wearing like 80 out there.
Right.
He's got even like an arm call wristband on. He's doing his part to make it look like he's belonging back there. Let's see if he can make the throws.
2nd and 10, inside handoff. Woo! None of that.
Easy. Nothing's easy there.
Nothing is easy indeed. 3rd and about 8.
And they're all over that defensive line for BIC. They're all wearing shiesties. They're all changing jerseys. They're led, though, by their stalwarts, the elder statesman in our league, number 52, Isaac Negron. In the past 4 seasons, he's the league leader in sacks. But the all-time leader, Ole Bell, number 9, bottom of your screen on the defensive line. And now they just switched with his brother, Q Bell.
38, Momo. Momo getting pressure. Momo's going to use them legs. Momo using them legs. Not enough. 4th, looks like it was a 4th down, yep. So you look like early, this early. If he's not, let me ask you a question, Corey. If he's not a quarterback and he's just there just to fit the role, do you give you a chance to see let's win this game with defense, or you say, you know what, all in?
Well, they might as well go all in. They don't, because they will walk off the field. But you see Momo, he's a tight end. He's used to the ball in his hands in this position.
That's a good tackle right there by number 19. He knows Momo's going up top.
And listen, you got an open field tackle to make. Sire Hancock at the corner makes it. Marty to the apartments is at the bottom of the screen. And maybe that's why Easy didn't play quarterback.
You might as well go for it on this one. You just throw the ball 20 yards
Number
down.
8, Marty at the...
Hey, what happened?
What if Marty, let me see. I'm talking to Marty. He asked me a question. What color is the sky? What does Marty say?
LJ, not only is the sky blue, everyone knows that, but you know it's blue because the nitrogen molecules in the air, you know, air's a lot of nitrogen.
Marty, come on. I'm trying to call a game here. Chill.
Guys, listen, Marty.
He's got a deep voice, anyway.
Yeah, he has a deep voice. So Corey, Corey.
If you know anything about the Heathens, we may not know their quarterback, but their running back and linebacker, Marty to the apartments. Yeah, he's built like that.
BIC breaks a huddle. Hollywood.
Trip to the bottom of the screen. Looks like Sisson, Ashante Worthy, and Kason Campbell.
Kason Campbell.
Maybe the most dangerous trips you could ever throw out there. And Sterry's off target to Sisson. Incomplete.
Incomplete pass. That's one thing I don't normally see. I normally don't see someone going a quick screen to a player that's not Ashanti, and Ashanti's downfield blocking.
Well, when you have those options, when one of those guys is Jason Sisson, Sisson's the kind of guy you might want to look for on those. But you see, Sisson's new to this offense, new to Sterry Codrington in those quick screens. So where he takes that full step back and that side shuffle back, Sterry's throwing it to a different spot. It's, Sterry Codrington can complete that pass in his sleep. He's not inaccurate, but the timing and the adjustments need to be made for guys that are still relatively new teammates. Second down.
Sterry Codrington looking, got time. Try to dump it off to the 10 and incomplete.
That's GT, their big tight end. He's had a bunch of those where he gets the check down, and much like Dondre Haynes in his prime, he's a tough guy to bring down in the open field.
They go trips right and then leave him on the left side by himself, 2 1,000 release, and then try to see if we can get some air right there.
So first and second down, good for the Heathens. Didn't necessarily expect BIC to come out and face a 3rd and long to start this drive.
Big, huge play right here,
But
Heathens.
when Sterry can run the ball as well, the Heathens are really far from getting off this field with this third. Here's the run.
And here's the run indeed. Quattro getting to that first just enough. Gain of about 11. First down, BIC.
And makes it look just about as easy as it can be. Lines up. You got to cover the wide receivers, but when you cover the wide receivers, there's just not enough people and not enough speed to cover for Sterry Codrington. That's his first run.
What was the ends doing on that left side? Were they snoozing?
Well, at this point, LJ, at this point in the season,
they're
they're making sure they're not caught right there in open field with Sterry Codrington in front of them. They're nice and happy, sealing the edge for the run with
BIC.
no running back in the backfield. First and 10.
BIC breaks ahead of SJ in the backfield. Inside off to SJ. SJ hipping the hop.
Jump cut.
SJ runs hard. Jeez, he running hard. You know that man wants that rock. First down, BIC.
And just like that, they change from their own part of the field to in scoring range. 43 to the opposing 33. And BIC will hurry up. Here's a great block from GT to seal it. And the jump cut. That's just perfect zone running.
Play action. Quattro looking for that money ball. Quattro got that speed. He might hit him with that blip. Might hit him with that blap. Yes, sir. He's having. Oh, what is going on here? Hey, what are you gonna try to tackle him? No. Touchdown. BIC. Was there a flag? Why did it make it seem so easy, Corey? So easy.
I mean, I've seen hesitation moves done in basketball. Even in football, I've never seen the pause button pressed mid-play by a quarterback running the ball against the defense, and it still somehow is the easiest score you'll see. Touchdown BIC, touchdown Sterry Codrington, 6-0. Let's watch the replay.
Enough to bake a cake. Got some time. A little bit of hole in there, but we're probably not going to see that.
Never going to see that.
Right? He can't get there. Number 4 can't get there. Now you're just slowing down.
And you see, it's just everybody on this play gives up.
What's going on, man? RTU right here. You don't want to make a tackle?
It's at that point, you know, when you see Sterry Codrington for both teams, it's touchdown at that point.
Hollywood in motion. Drops back. Quattro. Bow. KC, good. Convergence, good.
And that's how you get on track in the pass game. Bullet to Kason Campbell converts the extra point, and it's 7-0. BIC.
BIC reminds me of, I always say all the time, when they're locked in and they got all their people, right? When I say, again, they're locked in, it's like the Kurt Warner St. Louis Rams, right?
Greatest show on turf.
Greatest show on turf. It's like, it's literally, they can score so fast.
They're the greatest show near the surf.
Near the surf.
As we are at the Asbury Park, Jersey Shore. This is just Spider 2Y banana. Ashante's the flat. Kason Campbell's the banana. And it's going to the left side because...
Take your notebook out. He's talking that football talk
lefty.
now. He's talking that football talk. K-Watch banana. Trick down left, right.
Shout out to John Gruden
Chaos
because
to the left.
I'm just copying
Motion thunder.
somebody who's...
Corey's in his bag, ladies and gentlemen.
The Seagulls are out in force here celebrating the touchdown. And here's the 3-on-1 throw-off from Ashante Worthy.
And here we go. Heathens got to get in this game one way or another.
Easy fumbles it,
Easy.
gets it back.
Woo, there you go.
Makes
Get
this
there,
on
easy.
miss.
Get one.
He's by Baby Joker, but it's Ashante Worthy that cleans it up at the 33.
He had to throw the ball in out there. That's disrespectful.
He doesn't have to really do anything like that.
That's why Ashante's mad. He had to do all that. But you went low. That's what happens. Listen, at the end of the day, that high tackling stuff we don't do that no more. We gotta make sure we do a proper form tackle. You know what's funny? I realized in A7 without equipment, there's more proper form tackling without equipment than there is with equipment. You notice that?
I will bring up something, LJ. Not to always make it about me, but there was actually a study done at NJIT using these censored mouthpieces. I had one.
New Jersey Institute of Technology?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And they did a calculation on the, let's say, G-forces.
Okay.
One's head, brain head, feels during a game in both tackle football, the TCNJ, college football.
Wait, Marty about to get the ball. We all know. Marty about to get the ball.
Stop talking, Corey.
Whoa!
Oh, my God.
Whoa! Worthy, none of that! Let's go back to what you're saying, so I want to hear about this.
Study. A7FL is safer and better, especially when dealing with head injury and head trauma, and it's statistically backed up. I am not a scientist. I cannot explain that. I should never have tried.
No, but
what I can say is that when you go toss, you better seal the edge against BIC, because if you want to lose 4 yards, just call it again without sealing the edge.
But it's great to watch this game and know that that guys are forced to do proper form tackling.
Absolutely.
And they can't weaponize their helmets and all that good stuff. 2nd and 13.
There's Momo.
Momo said, no. Listen, Momo just thinks that he's just going to try to slide through the fields and squeeze his way, get some yardage. None of that.
None of that at all. And they go. What's interesting though is when you go quarterback run, the thing you want to do is at least erase the threats. They only have 2 offensive linemen, 3 guys are rushing. That's why Trey Baskerville's unblocked. And if you're not going to block a guy in this league, you should probably choose a different person than Trey Baskerville, the runner-up for last year's defensive most valuable player, and a guy that's 6'4" and runs just like any wide receiver out there.
He's athletic, he's fast, you're not getting past.
And that's why it's 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12, Momo. Got a complete ball, Widget throws it up there, hope for the best.
He's giving him a chance.
Throws it up there, hopes for the best.
It's just not good enough.
Nah, this game's going to get ugly fast.
Mr. Nobody.
Let me write this down. Hold on one second. Ugly. Game will get ugly fast. Gotta write this down. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, write it down. It's seared in my memory. Unfortunately, I can't get that out of my eyesight. No, but the ball actually was thrown good enough for Momo to have given him a chance. Is the receiver a chance? Excuse me. It's just, if that's your play on 3rd and 12 is to just throw a jump ball.
And hope for the best.
You're really struggling at
Against
this
BIC?
point as an offense. And so they'll switch up the thrower now. It'll be Marty to the apartments, 2 different colored cleats.
Yeah, because the last time they threw the ball, they only threw it for like 20 yards. You might as well go for it in that situation.
Yeah, well, again, the 3-on-1 throw-off after a touchdown, it can't go out of bounds. Here, it should.
That looks good. That looks, wait. Oh,
almost hits the bird.
That's some accuracy right there.
Well, the bird did not like that throw, but the Heathens will take it.
I just want to go on national television, right now, and say the Heathens had failed their fans. I can say it right now. No, they got 3 monster quarterbacks. Monster quarterbacks.
Well, let's talk about who their quarterbacks are.
Yes.
And monster, stretched for maybe some. But at least let's talk about the first 2. That one we almost had a Randy Johnson and Bird moment there.
From Marty trying to take out the Seagulls, getting too close to the action.
The 3 quarterbacks they have, Ryan Burroughs, Captain America,
Yep.
right? We've seen him play. He's a good player. And he can make plays, and he can also add that dynamic with the running. We'll go back to live action.
Let's see what's
BIC 1st and 10, and their quarterback.
SJ in the backfield.
No trouble with their quarterback situation.
Sisson, jet sweep. Sisson got that speed. Sisson holding it with the left. Oh, that's very disrespectful to run the ball, hold someone grown man with the jersey on there. That's very disrespectful.
Oh.
Let him know, Sisson. Let him know,
Keeps
Sisson.
him from scoring.
Are you okay? Let him know, Sisson. Are you okay? Let him know, Sisson. But yeah, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, because we talked about Ryan Burroughs, right? The other guy that is on their roster
Charge Ryan
was
Burroughs to
able
the game. We knew he wasn't coming. Charge him to the game.
Charge to the game.
Right. The other 2, Manziel.
Well, first, we'll get to Manziel, but
Okay.
then the next guy on the depth chart, if you're really putting them in
Boogie?
order, is John Gauze, the only quarterback from the Baltimore area to ever win an A7FL championship. He's not here. Hasn't shown up all year.
1st and 10. play action. Cuatro. Oh, my man Casey gets that. Oh, fell.
And the worm right there around midfield. He is undefeated, that worm. But Kason Campbell with the great catch on the crossing route. It's a good sign when you see Sterry Codrington delivering bullets right to his receiver's hands with a chance to run. It just was too much space that time for Kason Campbell. He loses his footing.
That's some great blocking. I don't like Wheeler dropping. When Wheeler's dropping in coverage, Wheeler got to be getting to that quarterback. That's too much time for KC. Too much time. See, luckily he tripped on that turf.
That could have been a touchdown.
Definitely.
If it wasn't for the worm. You couldn't see him in picture there. He just stuck his little worm head out, but he does make the tackle on Kason Campbell, but it's 1st and 10.
Oh boy, spread formation. Sterry, he's at his finest when he's that. Hip and hopping. Deep ball. Woo! A little bit too much. Indeed. Just 2nd and 10.
A bit outside, some would say. That's one of their new guys. They're trying to get him the ball. Everybody has their own jersey now.
Shout out to BIC.
Shout out to BIC, giving new jerseys.
Took 10 years.
They got like 37 jerseys.
Yeah.
They wore like 3 of them in one game last week.
Why would you get 37 jerseys and you only been in for, like, one for, I don't know.
Because they got the red ones and then they kept having to throw those ones out.
No, because they kept losing them.
I lost. It wasn't them. It was me. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Oh, that's Manny Diaz, number 23.
Number 23, Manny Diaz.
Can't wear number 2. Shante Worthy's got that number. So Manny Diaz, healthy. And at the bottom of our screen, here's Kason Campbell on the jet action.
Got the jet action. Oh, good tackle. Can he get there?
There's Dwan.
Good tackle.
Why? Dwan? Now, they blew the whistle, but Dwan tries to lateral it, but it goes forward. And the once upon a time extremely savvy, knowledgeable veteran. That's just the second dumb play I've seen from him this season.
Not dumb, knucklehead.
Bro, he went on the field wearing a different shirt, and they had to call a timeout.
That's just, like I said, that's just a grown man tackle right there. You going against him, momentum, and just saying, no, sir.
And he's not down, but is the ball...
Number 4.
Yeah, he is down anyway.
Great tackle.
What are you
4.
doing? You can't even do it forward anyway.
Haney, good tackle, number 4.
So they set up the shovel pass, get back to the line of scrimmage. We're about 5 yards. Be 2nd and 5. If you want to get taped up like a pro, you need Steve. Yeah, that's right. Steve. Trainer Steve. TapeMeUp.net or scan the QR code to get professional taping services for your activity, your sporting event, your youth organization. Professional athletic training services for all ages. That's Trainer Steve at TapeMeUp.pro.
1st and 10. Inside the handoff. Oh, shoot.
That's Lil Boat.
Lil Boat. A lot of blocking downfield. He's still going. Great run. Moving them chains again. 1st down, BIC.
He attacks that hole, cuts through, and the former Thrasher, former BIC, this is a live play? What are we doing?
Maybe no other.
Sterry Codrington getting a little cheeky there. And we'll see what the call is, but here's the run. And look at that seal from Markai. Keith Salmons, little RTU getting the stiff arm, but making the tackle. And Wheeler, the defensive end, he's always chasing down the play, Wheeler, huh?
Yeah.
Good for Wheeler.
Usually Wheeler, it's...
Back to our point before.
Yeah.
And so we talked about John Gauss not coming, right? Mm-hmm. Then you got Lenny. We've seen what Lenny could do. Also not here.
Yep.
But hey, you know who is?
Wheeler.
Wheeler's going to be
here.
here.
I can only count on Wheeler.
Wheeler's going to be there. He's going to be chasing Sterry Codrington right now. He's not going to catch him.
Wheeler, you got to make a play.
Here's another handoff.
Oh, that's a touchdown. That's too easy.
Boat.
That's too easy.
And he'll get into the end zone.
Touchdown.
Little Boat's got to get in there. It looks like water. And he can float. And a Little Boat with 6.
Listen, it's getting to a point where, like, Heathens got to tackle somebody, you know?
I mean, it's that point in the season where you're either going to put up or go home. Mm-hmm. BIC, too. if BIC comes out here, lays an egg, and the Heathens somehow came out here with Captain America, everybody, Keon Charles, some random guy wearing a Scully like what they tried to do with that guy in the replacements, the guy that was we'll say away, we'll say up north, right?
Right.
But you got to do something. And that is not a replay of the first extra point.
It looks
That
like
is the second extra point. And in the same spot in the end zone, Kason Campbell wide open on the crossing route. And Sarah Codrington, of course, converts for 14-0. BIC up. Here's the throw. Perfect spiral, well-placed ball. Even if he was well covered, nothing you could do there. And Sterry looks dialed in. Become an owner of the fastest-growing football league in America. The longest-running spring league in America at A7FL.com/owners. But we'll be right back. check one.
That's why you think him to jump like this? He trying to get his Jerry said he was damn.
Start of the second quarter. Heathens in a familiar spot, 3rd and long. BIC really putting the clamps on Momo and this Heathens offense, finding themselves for the 3rd time facing a 3rd and long.
3rd and long. Marty got to make a play. Get him involved. Drops. And another lob, just throw it up. Yo.
And they might get
that might flag, yeah.
They might get the yardage based on the penalty.
Nah, you guys slap his
Manny
hand.
Diaz is high-fiving Sire Hancock
Not
for
sure why.
what is clearly a penalty. If he looked for the ball, maybe he had a chance of picking it, but
Can't do that.
listen, I know for a fact, based on what we're seeing on this field, that there is some jawing going back and forth. Heathens are saying one thing, BIC is saying another
thing.
Hey, listen, when a corner and a wide receiver are going at it, there's probably some off-screen context we're missing. So obviously a penalty there, and I think Sire knew it was a penalty, and BIC suffer the consequences. But the Heathens only down 14 with a realistic shot at points, 21 and in, 1st and 10. All they need to do is really pop one of those jump balls right here, and they'll go empty backfield. Twins to the top of the screen.
Momo.
Keith Salmon's in motion. The corner.
Drops. Momo looking for that quick out. Momo decides to use the leg spin action. I would think that, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like when he runs, his first step is quick, and then the rest of the steps, not as quick.
Yeah, well, it's getting only 2 yards on that run.
But it looks good initially. You know? Not really, no.
He has the, I don't know, he has the intent. The intent is there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The intent. Yeah, that's what I mean. The intent. The intent.
I mean, listen, it's one of those things that you were saying on one of the previous drives.
It looks like he's about to
Where is Marty? Why aren't we at least trying to run the ball? Because at least if you fake the run, you could do a play action. You could roll him out.
He's getting the ball
There
now.
he is again. There's Marty.
Let's go, Marty. There we go. That's some hard running. This is what we're talking about. That's a grown man out there. I keep telling you about him. Marty, touchdown, Virginia. We literally just said this. Give the man the ball.
LJ keeps saying it, and my name on my back literally says 2D Apartments. It's not because I live in 2D. I'm running there. Straight home with the rock. Hey, great game, guys. You guys are such gentlemen.
That's
hey,
a grown.
it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to play against you guys.
Listen, y'all try to tackle Sterry Condren. You better worry about tackling that man. That man said, you didn't see no one out
Listen,
there.
fans, I do apologize for my Marty impression. It makes me happy. Hopefully it makes you at least make fun of me.
Who's tackling him? Look, who's tackling him?
Nobody.
No one.
And that's a new guy to our league. It says Mr. Nobody on his back. That time, Marty treats him like no one is there.
Conversion.
And Momo cuts the lead to 7.
Momo.
Heathens have life.
Told you, these are like one of those those trap games, you know?
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Gotta be careful.
It started with a bad throw, went out of bounds, good field position, penalty here, penalty there. All of a sudden, all Marty has to do is get the ball in his hands with a little bit of space in front of him. It's not a hard throw from Momo, and it's 14-7. No limit. Biosensor technology helps athletes train smarter and recover faster. So, if you're interested in performance apparel that can optimize your training with the next level in training tech, scan the QR code, so you can perform at your peak. That's No Limit Biometric Wearables. Visit nolimit.pro to learn more. That's nolimit.pro, not .com, LJ. Nolimit.pro for more. So, again, the get-back rule is in effect. The Heathens have the wind at their backs. And if they can somehow make a tackle on this returner before the 20,
good throw,
they'll have a shot at it.
And who is this?
Looks like Umar Butter Lewis, and he's past the 20, so they will not stop him.
Oh,
but will they tackle him at all? And it seems like they do. Good play there, easy. Not much has been easy for the Heathens, but right now, for better or worse, for as much as we're watching this game and kind of having a chuckle at some of the things going on, it's a 7-point game.
Yep.
And although BIC on offense hasn't been stopped, the Heathens have found a way to get through this BIC defense. If they can make a couple of stops here, we could be talking about a whole different ball game. 12:55 left in the second quarter. Sterry will take the field with GT at the tight end. Umar Butter Lewis at wide receivers. Jason Sisson at the top of your screen. And Manny Diaz at the bottom. Actually, Umar is in the backfield.
So essentially, you got the second team in here with Sisson at the top of your screen.
This would be the
inside
Heathens'
handoff.
first team.
Fumbalaya,
and he gives it right to the Heathens.
See?
Little effort there needed. And that's Cal Bone, the longtime Baltimore vet. One of the top defensive ends in the league for the Watchmen last year.
Calbone shows up every game, no matter where the game's at. Calbone shows up.
Calbone arrives and also shows up to play.
Look at this, look at this.
And he's going right back in there in the huddle.
Look, Marty. Kelsey was in the head, and now Marty's on the bench. What's going on here, Heathens?
This is just bad football from Umar Butter Lewis. Great football from Calbone. This has been an epidemic around the league. If you're an offensive guy, you'd call it an epidemic, or you'd call it a revelation if you're a defensive guy. The user strip. Just when LJ comes back to call it out, it's become in vogue, some might say. In the A7FL, there is an offsides. You are not allowed to do that. Ole Bell. He's played in the league for, what, damn near 2 decades almost at this point. He probably knows that, but he can't help himself. It'll be 1st and 5. Again, great field position. Ball on the 30.
4-down territory.
Marty, I see the do-rag in there. Oh, no, that's Calbone's do-rag. No. I am mistaken.
Keith Salmon, he don't come out. He makes sure he's in there. And that's what easy in the backfield. Momo. Got to make a play. About to double off the back.
It's the same play.
Same play. Woo.
This time the Easy makes the first man miss.
What's the flag going?
There's a flag. Not sure what it is. And Easy makes it look so. We'll see what the call here is.
What's the call in the field? Let's see what the call in the field is.
If it stands at 6.
What is he going to call?
Will Franklin. With all of Baltimore.
And that is a touchdown. Touchdown.
And they'll wave it off. Touchdown.
I told you.
BIC 14, Heathens 13?
That's right.
And that's why you can't turn the ball over, ladies and gentlemen. And, hey, maybe somebody should cover the running back out of the backfield.
Yo, Momo really threw that ball early. Why did he push him like that? That's one mistake. Quattro missed that.
And there's Calbone sealing off Isaac Negron, making it a clear path for his running back Easy, who has the space and the speed to take advantage of the defense. Maybe sleeping a little bit in this game, LJ.
Mm-hmm. And here we
They'll go for 2 from the 10. Take the lead here if they convert.
Oh, boy.
Momo says, let me get a little extra yardage
here. Big conversion.
And there's that jump ball
up
again.
Top.
And it's just no chance because it's not thrown anywhere near the receiver. But we'll move on.
Can I ask you a question?
We'll move on.
Can I ask you a question? What do you think the accuracy rate is of him throwing them lob balls up there from 1 to 0 to 100?
In the teens. 11-25. 14-13.
I said 0 to 100.
And listen, we can laugh. That's a 1-point game against the defending champs. And listen, you are not using the other product related to CBD.
Mm-hmm.
seeing a score like this. But if you know what I'm talking about, maybe you also need some plant-based relief to keep you moving. That's kineticrelief.com. Scan the QR code now for a chance to win a free sample, and visit kineticrelief.com for premium CBD sports cream to help you recover faster. Kinetic Relief, R-E-L-E-A-F. For those of you probably, having the game on in the background while you're doing something.
Right.
Not driving. That's illegal.
Right. Listen to audio.
Just don't look at the screen.
Yeah.
We'll tell you.
Yeah.
Me and LJ are here to bring you the audio of this game. That is Marty about to give you the visuals for the throw-off. And again, the throw-off get back is in effect.
Oh, boy. Oh,
but this time
boy.
it's Ashante Worthy.
Mr. Business, Mr. Hollywood is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. He got
That's a
lot
miss.
of shake and bake. Lots of shake and
And
bake.
that's
Hit that
trouble.
sideline. Hit that sideline. Marty, can you get there?
That speed.
Oh, man. Oh,
And
almost
Marty saves it.
saves the day once again. Marty.
Watching. Oh, hopefully he pops back up. I think he wanted to score. Hopefully he's not injured.
I think he's just exhausted.
I'd be.
That's another flag. Yo, I'm telling you. The refs in this league throw more flags. He's just exhausted. He's winded.
Well, let's watch the replay and why he was exhausted. He just has, to me, and this might age me. And it's crazy to say, LJ.
That's Marty Hustle. This is Marty Hustle.
Watching Ashante Worthy play A7FL football reminds me of USC, University of Southern California, Reggie Bush. Anytime the ball's in his hands, you get that feeling like something big's about to happen. Now, it doesn't always happen that way.
Right.
Just like that isn't a touchdown. But the excitement, once the ball is in his hands, it's ever present watching a young man like Ashante Worthy play this game that I love, A7FL. It's certainly a pleasure. Now, this game so far has been pleasurable in a lot of ways. We've been laughing. Some BIC fans may be crying, but here we are, 14-13, 11 left in the second, and Sterry Codrington gives the ball to Kason Campbell.
Kason.
On the jet. Fights for yardage, gets to about the sticks. Going to be a 9-yard gain. We'll bring up 3rd and 1.
Listen, great way just to keep the balance flowing, left and right, D ends, and what it looks like. What is he hurt? Looks like he got a little stumbling there. Let's take a look. No, he's good. So just keep the ends to be able to commit. You gotta be able to watch those sweeps, and you gotta be able to control Sterry. Motion here. That left side, maybe he's gonna dump it. He's gonna dump it. I have a feeling. No.
There's Manny Diaz.
Manny Diaz with that comeback route. Out of bounds.
And that's just a great read. Perfect timing from the quarterback. Great blocking from the offensive line. And that's about as easy as a first down completion will get. Just throw it to the man who's open. He's stopped there. Manny catches it, converts, first down. They're still stretching Ashante Worthy on the sideline. Nothing difficult there. Catches it, gets upfield. Keith makes the play.
When you line up with your man, when you line up 7 to 10 off your man, don't come around. Those comeback routes are all day.
Well, and when you end up lining up on Manny Diaz, tight coverage like that, guess what I'm calling?
Oh, up top chicken box?
I'm throwing it to him.
Oh, you holding him. See, look, he'll grab his jersey. Sheesh.
And if you can't throw it,
Sterry.
you can run it if you're Sterry. And he easily jogs out for a 8 yards again.
Run out of bounds.
Methodical drive so far from Sterry Codrington. They're not even pretending. They're not lining up with a running back in the backfield. They're going to put a wide receiver in motion, threaten the edge with the speed.
That's right.
Well, now they bring in SJ. Or they're just going to go spread and make you cover their wide receivers, and with a backup option of Sterry Codrington running for an average of 15 yards in this season. That's a good offensive strategy, if I do say so myself. 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2, 29. GT checks in as tight. Sterry. Ooh, intercepted! Intercepted!
And that's Izzy.
And that is tough. That is tough.
That's the same concept that on the 2 extra points was wide open. That's the crossing route. But that time, the ball is not thrown far enough in front of the receiver. And with the tight coverage Izzy had, he's able to undercut the throw. It was a hard, confident throw from Sterry Codrington. But if he's going to make this throw, he's got to get it more across the field. Throwing it behind a receiver there is a recipe for an interception. That is only, LJ, his second interception in the last 700 calendar days.
Wait, would this? I never asked this, but would this be the biggest upset in like the century if they pull this off?
I don't know if anybody's holding their breath, but to answer your question, LJ, yeah. 14-13 Heathens. They don't care what my opinion is.
But this is. Let's talk about statistically, right?
They do. They apparently don't care about your opinion about getting Marty the ball either, because he's still in the huddle and did not get the ball there on that first down.
Just don't understand.
2nd and 10. I mean, they're going to need him for the rest of this game on both sides of the ball, so maybe there is a return on your investment. Maybe you want to get the most ROI. The guys in Wall Street might say. They're going to get a ROI on this timeout. Lorwan telling the sideline, remember when I tried to truck Baby Joker and I failed miserably? Yeah, just chill.
He slowed down too.
Bro, that's what he just said to the sideline. I wouldn't bring it up again. Like, there's no reason I would bring it up. 7:30 here, left in the second quarter. BIC was moving the ball downfield easily, but Izzy, he's going to bring us to a break with that interception. And if you want to be part of this league and you think you can do what these guys are doing, put up or shut up. Visit the website and sign up now. We'll be back. Yeah, he might be with Charlie. All right. I'm sorry. Second and 10, 7:30 left in the second. Momo doing his quarterback impression very well, I might say. 2 touchdowns so far.
Time to get Marty that ball. What is that? What kind of pass
is that? That's a double
that?
pass.
What is this? What's going on here? Corey, what is going on here? You just gave him a free 6? Corey, I need your help on this. What is that play? In the playbook, what is that?
That is what we call why Marty is not playing quarterback. I don't know. You could do a toss pass. You could do a double pass.
It wasn't a double pass.
But that play was like half conceived from the rip. They called the timeout that brought us to break, and this was what they came out of the timeout with. They had all that time. Me and you, LJ, were looking at our phones. I'm checking in with my wife, the kids, everybody. You know, there's like thousands of them, according to Matt Ryan. But what is even the purpose there? If you're going to just throw it to the other team, you could just have Momo do that. And Mr. Nobody, who was no one as a tackler, well, he shows up and almost gets through the goal line for his first ever score in this league. But it'll be first and goal. BIC looking to punch it in.
First and goal. SJ, inside handoff. Bow, touchdown.
I mean, when you need
BIC.
the 1 yard, you're going to need better defensive line play than that to stop SJ. Easy touchdown for BIC. Basically, you could say the Heathens spotted him that one.
Yeah.
And the lead is back to 7.
I just need an explanation. I don't care. I'll be honest with you. I need an explanation on what that play was.
They're out there trying, LJ. I'm not going to fault them for that.
One second.
What I do have a question for.
Hold on, Corey. One second. Need an explanation on that bonehead play. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Write that down. Write that down for the halftime. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Because I don't know what I've never seen something like this. And then Marty just says, close his eyes, throws it up in the air for a pick almost 6.
Why have the timeout if you're not going to have some kind of play that's a little bit better than that?
Why do a toss pass? Just put him at quarterback then.
There's Sterry for the extra point and just too many moves. Lore doesn't want another viral situation.
He froze Lore.
Unfortunately, he's going to go viral for that one too.
He froze Lore
21-13, 6:33. Calbone say, yeah, you didn't run to my side. And rightfully so. We're going to go back to another 3-on-1. And listen, after a tough game like the Renegades just had, imagine, recovery matters. Kinetic Relief Premium CBD Sports Cream delivers fast, plant-based relief. Plant-based, you know what I'm saying? To keep you moving. Scan the QR code for a chance to win a free sample just so you can see how well it works. Or, if you don't have any funny business, you don't want to wait, you need that recovery, kineticrelief.com to purchase yourself that plant-based recovery. RELEAF.com, Kinetic Relief.
I'm still so confused. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I've moved on yet. So it's going to take.
Well, it's going to be Lore again looking for redemption on this return. He's got the strings in front of that jersey, looking like a hockey jersey, LJ. Mm-hmm. Maybe he's trying to go back for another check.
He better go out and get something.
It looks like he's going to run right at Baby Joker again.
Oh, boy. Wait, hold on. Wait a second.
It's a game within a game here, as Ashanti Worthy will throw off. And maybe we'll see the rematch of the afternoon. And that ball's a live ball. It might not even be the Heathens that get it. Lore looks for redemption, is not even able to get his hands on the football.
Wow.
3 times in a row, Lore is now part of a viral clip.
Wow.
And he did not want to be there.
These are the mistakes that when you play in BIC in Asbury Park, these are the mistakes that Virginia cannot make if they want to continue to stay within this game. You cannot make these mistakes.
Let's check the replay.
There's a reason why the ball
It's
gets
not
thrown.
an extraordinarily high throw. And I guess he's expecting it to bounce to him. That's a great bounce for BIC. But you see, the only ones running full speed on this play are Baby Joker and those seagulls flying in the background.
Yep.
1st and 10. Great field position. Sterry Codrington.
1st and 10.
Play action.
Looking for that crossing route.
Got him this
Up
time.
Top, checker box, Hollywood. Touchdown, BIC.
And again, Lore makes his appearance on the screen.
The level
but not
of
for the
disrespect.
reason he wanted. I mean, to be fair, he's the one who first started the talking, right?
He did.
And if you're going to talk, you open yourself up to go up top chicken box. 4th embarrassment play in a row that he's been featured on screen.
That's right.
Doesn't want his family or anyone to see film of this game ever, is probably going to try to steal it from Ryan DePaul because he's not going to want to see any of these clips released.
This is correct.
But the fact is that they're going to, and now you're out front and center because you were the one who started to talk trash to Ashanti Worthy of all people?
I learned 2 rules in A7 who people not to talk trash to. Anyone on BIC and anyone on Patterson U. Patterson and Trenton. If you are a Patterson and Trenton, I don't talk trash to you. Anyone else, I can get the smoke. Because look what they do. Now they're going to single out. Now they're going to single out.
Once upon a time, you and Ryan were calling the game, and I actually went to Ashanti Worthy and said, hey, you don't need to do this return, please. I was trying to make friends with him during the game. That didn't work either.
No.
5:58, 27-13. And Ryan DePaul is literally showing the replay. Yes, I am McNulty narking on our boss.
The level of disrespect is at an all-time high right
I mean,
now.
you brought it on yourself, man. Come on. Lauren's no stranger to this league. He's made his fair share of good plays.
That's my guy, Lil One.
I feel weird calling him Lil. He's a grown man. I mean, he weighs 103 pounds.
You not call him little. You call him Lil One.
That's true. Lore.
Play action. Quattro.
Here's that throw again.
Too much to SJ. Not too much.
Now, they had the same concept. They've been running that concept to perfection today, except for that one interception.
Mm-hmm.
It's the crosser and the wheel route around. But that time, just a little bit too much on the throw. 27-13, BIC. In this win-or-go-home situation. This was a one-point game not too long ago. And look, you love football.
Mm-hmm.
You've got friends. You even have friends that love to play football. Well, if you've got enough and you've got the heart, let's see if you got the talent. A7FL.com/owners. And you could bring a team to your city or your region if you want to, be inclusive. But first, you got to get involved. A7FL.com/owners. And not only could you play, you could own part of the fastest growing football league in sports. 3-on-1 throw off again. We were just here. Now this time it's easy back to return. They're not going to allow for round 3 between the Baby Joker and the Lore one. But Kason Campbell will throw it off to Easy.
And here we go. Easy.
And that one hangs. That one rolls. But this time, the Heathens have it.
Easy. Try to squeeze through there. Easy. Running hard.
And brought down, that time, a high-low situation. Guys are trying to get into the head of Baby Joker. They've gotten his headgear off a couple of times, but, they're kind of in the negative mark there, if we're being honest.
Listen, I'm telling you right now.
Round 1, I think, clearly goes to Baby Joker. Round 2, I think, Baby Joker basically securing a recovery on a 3-on-1 for his team. I think that's round 2 for him, too.
Yep, he's 2-0 right now. If we're talking about,
And then for sure, that's not a loss there. They tackled him at the 45. That's about on par for where you expect. So, Heathens, let's go. Get the ball to Marty. Let's see some more positive plays before we keep talking trash at midfield every single play, right?
All I know is they give it to Marty, get out the way.
I think they were trying to do a little bit of a Baltimore special, maybe. Not this time. They go back to old reliable swing pass. Nobody covers it again.
Hey!
Mr. Nobody is again no
no
one in the way of Marty.
I keep telling y'all gotta go to Marty. Y'all keep playing.
And maybe the biggest development of this game could be that Ashante Worthy is the guy making the tackle on Marty on that play.
Come on!
If BIC wins this game, which I'm pretty sure they will, we'll see. Shout-outs to Momo, again, really making the most of this play call here, LJ. He's throwing that lob, swing pass.
Mm-hmm.
He's making his running backs have a heart attack with the ball in the air, and they're getting chunk yardage. Maybe they should cover that. I don't know, maybe. This time they go quick screen to Izzy.
Izzy
got the pick. Can he get some yardage? No. That is not what you need to do, buddy.
Hollywood says none of that. Keep throwing that stuff over here to my side. That stuff is sweet, man.
But again, if Ashante Worthy in this game is being used as a physical defender, you might be in a situation trying to repeat as champs where that man, and knock on wood, I don't wish this upon anybody, he's not the kind of guy that you risk out there with the roster that you have and the options that you have.
Yep.
For what? To tackle Marty to the apartments?
You're right.
Have you seen that man's, those biceps? Pause. But you know what I'm talking about.
No, I haven't seen that man's biceps.
Second and 14.
Second and 14.
You've seen
Momo.
my biceps, LJ.
Slant over here. Incomplete.
And I'm sure there's going to be an excuse for why that was dropped. But, again, Fans, LJ, I'm getting a little punchy here. We've had some fun football today. We've definitely had some eventful football today. The Phantoms, in our 1 o'clock game, put on a clinic on how to beat a New Jersey team when you're from the Midwest.
That's right. Something
that not a lot of teams can say that they know how to do. Talked to Keno Thomas after the game. He was excited, but straight face. We were talking about Keno all day. Not even smiling. He's ready for next week.
Yep.
He's talking about the U already.
Sheesh.
We'll see. Depends on what this game comes out to be, who they play. 3rd and 14.
3rd and 14, Momo. Momo single using legs. Is that a pick? Is that a pick? Oh, dropped it for that money.
We know who that is, and that's his brother's smacking him on the chest. That's one of the greatest wide receivers in the history of our league by numbers, by reputation.
Knock out my push-up. Wait, one second. 1, 2,
BIC's reduced him to a linebacker
8,
this
9,
year.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Thanks, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you. Listen, guys, understand. You drop the passes. You owe me my 20 push-ups. And Q Bell is an OG. He knows. Me and him, he knows.
And
drop that chicken.
A generational difference. Cornerbacks from this younger generation would do the straps emoji, right? Like they did something.
Like you
they would go incomplete sign.
Yeah.
My guy Q Bell, he does push-ups. 4th and long.
Momo, deep pad. Who's he throwing to?
Oh, now Ashanti.
You too, Shanti. Ashanti. The Shanti.
Momo is finding great receivers downfield. They just so happen to be playing defense this time.
Shanti,
for BIC, and the drops are adding up for the BIC corners.
Ashanti's one of the strap people. He's not my push-ups. I'm collecting at halftime. Don't worry about that. But listen, those passes are getting less and less accurate.
Well, they have All Reliable. It's like the SpongeBob meme.
Yeah.
They got to open up All Reliable, go right to the swing pass. Why not?
Right.
It's worked 3 times. They might as well call it every single play for the rest of the game, LJ. Listen, we are having a good time up here. There is some, we'll say, comical plays happening on the field.
That's right.
But this game, at the 2-minute warning, is still 27-13. This is a 14-point game.
Of football.
This is not Phantoms Renegades, and the Renegades still even had a chance. So, get your affairs in order. Join the league. Stop being a comment warrior, and put your money where your mouth is. And while you do that, me and LJ will be right back.
That's right.
Two minutes left in this half. And the Heathens, looking to shock the world, only down 14. They had this game at a 1-point game not too long ago. Sterry with 3 wide receivers. They go quarterback counter.
Sterry decides to keep it himself. Sterry got a
He's
lot
got
of
blockers
speed.
still in front of him.
A lot of looseness, a lot of great blocking downfield, out of bounds, great run.
And a lot of teams look at a 2-minute warning and think, hey, we got to hurry up. We don't have a lot of time. And the A7FL, when BIC sees 2 minutes left on that clock, they're thinking to themselves, hey, if we score quick, maybe we get the ball back again.
2 possession minimum. 2 possession minimum in 2 minutes.
Well, in that week 1 loss, they wish they could have had some of those possessions back, as the U were the ones taking advantage. But here, 152, Codrington.
Quick screen over here.
There's Manny Diaz.
Manny Diaz, a good
Kason
blocking.
Campbell opens up the lane.
Can he get there?
And Manny Diaz gets down to the 2-yard line.
About time to get Manny Diaz involved.
Manny got a lot of play time at corner earlier on in the season. A relatively minimal, but still an injury at that when they went out to Kentucky. Missed the Animals game, a game that he really wanted to play in. And BIC may have missed him as well. But today he's been a big-time target for Sterry. And that time takes the quick screen for a ton of yardage, mostly because of the blocking here from Kason Campbell and the speed from Manny Diaz. We're in a basketball number.
Tight end over here to the right, number 29, GT.
Speed option.
SJ, hit with the hip and the hopping. Woo! Can he get squeezed through there? Can he fight for it? No, not enough.
Jump cuts his way for 4 extra yards. An awkward pitch there on the speed option from Sterry. Looked like a little bit of miscommunication, and he actually sends his tight end off the field, maybe not because of that. But Sterry, a guy who wants to be moving on and kind of functioning on all cylinders as an offense. You can see even on the good drives, he's a little frustrated. Maybe where they're at in this game, you know, this if anything, especially if they win, obviously, this is preparation for their rematches one way or another. If they win this game, I think they get a rematch with the Animals, LJ, in the 2 versus 3 seed. Be a big-time playoff game, a big-time playoff weekend. And here's Trey Cohen on the jet sweep. Can't get the corner. Stopped again from the Heathens. Looking to make a big stand here as clock ticks down. 35 left in the half. Both teams 2 timeouts. Ticking down. BIC playing it fast and loose with this clock. But they only have 2 more plays left. So after this one, they can call a timeout if they don't score. Can't take all the time in the world.
Inside handoff. Wow, good
too
block on
easy,
Wheeler. Who was that?
Dwan.
Who just threw? Dwan just threw Wheeler like that?
I think so.
It's so disrespectful. So
Very.
disrespectful.
And SJ with the easy walk-in touchdown. Great block from the veteran Dwan Williams in front of him. And just like that, 2 minutes gone. A nice, relaxing, easy drive. And earlier in this quarter, LJ, it was 14-13. You look at the scoreboard right now, as Wheeler's looking up at the sky. With 9 seconds left in this second half, the score now 33-13, BIC, with a chance at 1 more from the 5.
Drops back. Quattro, cross pass, incomplete. Damage still done, though.
Damage
the damage
done.
is done. 33. They scored. They milked that clock down to minimum time. That the Heathens can't really, unless with the exception of obviously the 3-on-1 throw off, but it doesn't even give the Heathens time to even be able to do really nothing. You know.
Well, the 3-on-1 throw off is going to be their opportunity because it's an untimed down. And if they really want a chance at scoring, they're not going to continue to get consistent yardage. Maybe, I don't know. But it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to get consistent yardage from that swing pass that has worked for them twice for touchdowns. So it looks like it's going to be easy back there for the return. Now, if you're having fun watching the A7FL and you want to see the games next week, listen, Chalk goes. It's going to be BIC Animals rematch. You, Phantoms rematch in the East. Not to mention what we have out in the West. Well, if you're enjoying this, make sure you don't miss a second of the A7FL. Subscribe. Turn the notifications on. And you can visit youtube.com/the A7FL to join and get even more real-time insider A7FL. Just stuff, guys. Just stuff. It's the clips, it's the films, it's the throwbacks, it's everything.
Give you the rewinds, right? So the games that are condensed, right?
Bro, if you go far back enough, you'll see me and you talking.
Yeah,
you know, when I was still had brown hair.
That's right.
9 seconds left. Here's the throw from Campbell. Doesn't make it far enough. He will be able to get a running start from the 25. Just a reminder to either new fans or fans who forgot. 3-on-1 has to travel in the air past the 25. That time it does not make it. So easy. Gets an easy start with the ball in hand and an opportunity on an untimed down at cutting this 20-point lead back to 2 scores. It'll be Campbell, Mr. Nobody.
And here we go.
And Baby Joker. And they'll make the tackle at the 46-yard line of BIC. And Momo, Marty, the Heathens. All their friends are Heathens. And listen, they can't take it slow here. I don't know if anybody will get that reference. It's that song. You got it, right? You know my stupid sense of humor. They can't take it slow here. 9 seconds left. My hair looking crazy. I love the fluff up here. I love when it goes above. Shout outs to our booth shot today, giving us perspective of what it's like to be in the booth in the A7FL. Shout outs to Ryan and Brana filling in. Did a great job.
Yes, great job.
And here's Marty with a throw.
What is that? What?
Keith Salmons makes the catch. We're not even going to talk about what happened after. Because that's one of their better offensive plays. And we'll hear about that on RTU. RTU.
RTU.
And so that'll be a gain of 2.
I'm still confused on this. So what is this? A screen
Goes backwards.
pass?
And this is Marty just...
I'm trying, guys. Come on.
I'm really trying to understand the thought process. Why don't you just give the man the ball, keep it basic, and go get that?
When you do the double pass, doohickey kind of, weird gadget stuff, what you're trying to do is get the defense being over aggressive, and you want to catch them sleeping or in the wrong position. But the problem is that those types of plays to have the synergy to work, there has to be a reason for the defense to think that there's something that you're doing, right? So if you can't run the ball or run this type of quick screen, they're not going to think that it's anything other than nonsense. But also, if you can't get the blocks on Sire Hancock to keep this from being stopped, you're not going to have enough time to throw it any further downfield than they already did.
True.
So I'm going to bring up second and, something. Right now we have Ken Stansbury doing his... This is a requirement of BIC games, is that Ken Stansbury has to come out and talk to the refs.
Big Shug.
Now, here's the deal. What they're saying is that it was an illegal forward pass because the ball did not go backwards on the first throw. It looked about even. It's easier to say if it goes backwards or not, or if it's even. Even does not mean backwards. So that's technically not backwards, so, not legal. And that's what the call will end up being. Thanks to Kenny Stansbury in the maroon velvet silky. Is it silky if it's velvet? Because it's not called a velvet. I don't know. Look, people look like this. You know what I'm saying? We need a little education on some of the stuff. If it's velvet, is it a silky or is it just a do-rag? We're asking the important questions here in Asbury Park on this A7FL playoff weekend. Now, big-time game in Vegas, LJ.
Big game.
Stealth, Insomniacs. Now, the score ended, LJ, 21-18.
Okay.
But it was 4th and 4. The Stealth were making their big push for the biggest upset maybe in the history of Vegas. And a kerfuffle, LJ. Not unlike the Northeast.
Kerfuffle?
A kerfuffle led to the game being called.
They called the game?
Stealth get the forfeit win.
What?
And the Insomniacs, who were up at the time in the game, who did, by all accounts, start the problem, they have revenge on their mind. And that is 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific.
There will be blood.
And here they go with the double pass for the third time. And will it work any better? Except for it's pass interference on BIC. And RTU, Keith Salmons does make the catch. He's letting us know, yes, my name is actually Salmins, not Salmins. I still don't know how to spell it. Even after that great catch.
It's still confusing what they're trying to do.
Well, they're trying to bait BIC here. Look, they're going to do some nonsense. The ball's going to go up in the air. And because of how frustrating everything is, Sire Hancock commits the penalty. They get the 15 yards, and they get another down. Because even with the catch,
right? Listen,
it's half over. It's half done. But BIC, I will say, the reason the Heathens, with what little they brought up 95 from Virginia, as far as tools to win this game, BIC is doing their very best to keep the Heathens thinking there's a chance, there's hope. And now, listening to LJ, they just start the ball.
Here we go.
In Marty's hands. And he'll throw it. This time, again to BIC, and it's Manny Diaz this time. That owes you push-ups.
Listen, I don't know, man. I really try to think on what is going on. Are they trying to give him 3 points?
So am I. And if you are wondering as well, hey, don't just wonder. Be part of the league. Do the thing. And that's the half. Do what you got to do. We'll be back with more A7FL of Games of the Week. Here are the highlights of the first half. SJ, handoff, making it look easy on the first drive. Gain of about 30. A simple handoff and a couple of jump cuts, but a great block from GT there. Began the onslaught. And Sterry, on one of the laziest plays in A7FL history, at least in the Northeast. This isn't Vegas out here, at least. Walks in, untouched, even though he tried to get touched, and converts with a bullet to Kason Campbell. That was 7-0, LJ.
Yeah, man. It just, like I said, man, it's just a lot going on right now. If, again, it's a good game. It's still a close game. They're still within reach, right? Get your key players involved. And if you get your key players involved, which they did, right, early, look what happens.
Well, here it's BIC getting the little boat involved. And they're able to run all over this Heathens defense. But I'm sorry, brother. No. It's not going to happen. And for Lore One,
look at this.
We ask him, are you okay?
And look at this. This is what I'm talking about. As soon as you do a dump pass, that's why I told you guys from the rip. No one is going to try to tackle that man.
And they don't. And then here's how the Heathens kind of got back into this one. Umar Butter-Lewis, a guy who has a ton of speed, more like a wide receiver. That time he fumbles, getting the ball out of the backfield. And it's the same play, LJ. This time easy up the sideline.
Yep, great blocking downfield in that next level. Again, now 13-14 score. And then that's just, and then look at this, man.
And
they pick it
right
off.
back in the red zone, K-Wack. Rare tackle attempt. He's more of an offensive lineman now. But the interception, Sterry's second in 2 years.
Gotcha.
But that time when he gets the chance again, it's Lore One on the wrong side of this one again. And then another quick screen. Manny Diaz getting close. And SJ capping it off, his second rushing touchdown of the day. We're still at half. These guys need a quick break. Me and LJ don't.
Yep, I'm here.
So
right.
You do what you need to.
Do what you gotta.
And we're here.
That's right.
A7FL.com/owners. The Heathens started this game off with a couple of ups and downs, got to within 1 point at one point, 14-13. Now it is 33-13 as the BIC have put up 20 unanswered to finish that half off. And with 30 left, maybe if we get that much. BIC, though, as dominant as they can be, they still look a little shaky, a little sloppy at times. I don't know if it's all of the new faces. I don't know if it's the lack of a real quality opponent here that maybe they're playing a little bit down. But to me, this second half, at least for BIC, it has to be about them sharpening up the knives, sharpening the pencil, making sure that everything is fine-tuned and ready to go. Because next week, if they win this game, they are facing an Animals team in which they have all the confidence in the world, at least against BIC, getting their first ever win a couple of weeks ago against this franchise this season. And with a quarterback that, for the first time in his A7FL career, and David Tender, is 100% healthy. But in this game, to start off the second half, it's Trey Cohen on the 3-on-1 return.
Here we go, Trey Cohen. Whoa! Spin cycle! You know Trey Cohen got that speed. It was,
And the one move was enough for him. He decided, well, I guess we could go out of bounds a little bit here.
Yeah, April's only son, my man Trey Cohen. Sometimes you gotta go out of bounds. It's not even about scoring sometimes. Sometimes it's about having fun.
Well, here's the move.
Look at this. Look what he did to my band. Look what he did to my band. Hey! Oh, split.
Safe.
Hey! He violated him. Let's see if he gets up. 1,000, 2,000. Yo, he violated my man right here. I'm just gonna have to do a segment. I'm doing a segment weekly.
My guy's out here. He's out here in the movie Stomp the Yard right here, hitting a mean one.
Look at this. It's electric. They did my man Wheeler bad, man.
And BIC is running the play, throwing it to GT before we can see. Talk about a man you don't want to tackle. Lower one, stop.
What is it? Wait, hold on. Did it go out of bounds?
Don't do it to yourself.
What the ref call it? Oh, man. What's going on here?
Well, we all saw what happened, but thank goodness. Trey, don't look at us. I'm not the ref. You see, here's what we missed. Now, this may not go down in the record books as a play that counts, but what we're about to see at the back end of this play is just another one of the many moments Lore One is going to try to forget.
That's just violation what he did right there.
Get that man a quarter pounder. Lore One needs a cheeseburger. I mean, I couldn't tackle that guy, GT, either. You could.
No,
LJ, you're a big enough dude. I don't know if you would have chased him at this point. You wouldn't have chased him down, maybe.
I'll tackle him. Listen to what I'm saying. I can tackle him, but I'm not tackling him.
Not right now. Not today.
I'm making a business decision. I got work.
Ryan, pull up the LJ footage. He can do it. He's not just capping.
Nah.
Pull it up.
Go run the defensive end footage when I
run the clip after this play. See, we ran the clip in the first game. We have to run it in the second game for those that may have missed the LJ clip. We're doing it.
Not even my best
I'm calling it. We're doing it.
Terry. Cross pass incomplete. 2nd and 20. Listen, all I know is this, man. It's just sometimes you just gotta make the best decision for you. You gotta make the best decision for your family.
And the best decision for us is to put on the LJ clips. Let's go.
Why you guys do this, man? You guys know. Listen,
is that Trey Robinson? Is that Trey Robinson from Vegas playing for? Yo.
No.
That's Trey Robinson playing for. No, it's not. No, it's not. Is that? I'm gonna have to get confirmation. But that's LJ. Head top. Up top chicken box. That's what you would say for yourself, right?
This young LJ.
He's too big for the game. He's too good for the game. LJ Smith.
Yo, this guy, man, it's funny, man.
2nd and 20.
Back to live action, ladies and gentlemen. Inside air to SJ, doing a lot of hipping and hopping, skipping and whipping. That's a hard run right there.
And Lore One gets the tackle there.
One thing you know about SJ, he's always doing. What's my man from the Saints, right? The running back from the Saints. The running back now.
The Kamara guy?
Yeah. He's not the fastest, but he's always finds a way to get out of these holes.
Yeah, the separation and the acceleration in the hole.
Yep.
The balance.
That's what SJ does a lot.
And a lot of guys, when they have bodies around them, they start to kind of like tense up. You could see the strength in which he runs. He is not concerned at all by the stray bodies, which, to be fair, wanted nothing to do with making that tackle. Shout out to Lore One.
Look how slow
who's been abused today. Let's be honest, he's abused today. But we got Easy right there and RTU right there, and all they want to do is play flag. My guy Lore One is saying, hey, this is tackle football. First and 10.
First and 10, incomplete.
Pressure in Sterry's face. Another miss on the crossing route. Again, I started this half by saying we want to see BIC, especially in this game against the Heathens, start to sharpen it up, start to get looking like they're a little bit more ready to compete at that high level. Not that it matters really at this point if they're up 20 and missing on first down, because they can just go second down.
Play action. Get to him. Get to him. There you go. Finally, Heathens defensive line get their hands on Sterry Terry.
It's Cal Bone is right there. Number 5 is also around the quarterback. Sterry Codrington able to get rid of the ball. There was a player close to the pass, close to the intended target area. So it's not an intentional grounding, but again, BIC, very rarely do they face these 3rd and 10s. But if you're the Heathens, the problem is not only do you have to cover Kason Campbell, Trey Cohen at the bottom of your screen, Ashante Worthy, you have to cover the quarterback running too.
Last time this happened, Terry used his legs. Last time this happened, Terry used his legs. Can't get there. Cannot get there. Terry got that speed. I keep telling you, you got to watch out for that man. First down, BIC. Literally the last time it's happened in the first quarter, I believe maybe the first, second possession, it was 3rd and long. And it just, Sterry Codrington just.
And there's nothing more frustrating. I'll say this as a quarterback watching the other offense. There's nothing more frustrating than a 3rd and long and feeling like there's no chance my defense goes off the field, because that's just the type of feeling that you're stuck eating. 3rd down in, 3rd down out when you play against Sterry Codrington, because even when he can't complete the throws consistently, he's going to convert the 3rd down consistently. First and 10.
First and 10. Sterry Codrington in his bag once again, ladies and gentlemen. Spread formation. Hollywood looking for that quick out. Can get a pick. Wow! Touchdown! Oh, wow!
Doesn't make the catch.
I literally was about to call touchdown.
Sterry was about to celebrate. And with Cal Bone getting in his face with the pressure, Sterry gives a jump ball opportunity to Kason Campbell. But that time, knocked down. Let's see the replay. It's Cal Bone coming across the edge. That's shout-outs to Q Bell. They got him out there blocking a true defensive end. And Sterry's just stepping into the hit and giving his receiver a chance. It's just not enough that time. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. Making adjustments here. Q Bell checks in at tight end here. Hollywood at the top of your screen. Sterry looking for that cross route. Up top, incomplete, no flag on the play.
Throws to the corner route on Trey Cohen. He tries to anticipate when he breaks, but he thought he was going to break a little bit sooner. Cohen broke too late. And when he turns his head around to locate the ball, a timing route, it's not catchable because he's just not in the right area. Now, I don't know if that's on the quarterback or the wide receiver there specifically, but on those timing routes, if you're not in sync with your receiver, it's really tough to make those types of throws. So it'll be 3rd and 10. Again, Sterry struggling in the air, but it not being a problem, at least on this drive.
3rd and 10. Quick screen over here. Quick pass. Woo!
Manny Diaz.
Manny Diaz. Touchdown, BIC.
And some have forgotten about it. But that's why, maybe one of the reasons why, last year, Manny Diaz was the 3rd by number, 3rd overall wide receiver in catches, yards, and 2nd in touchdowns. He is an absolute playmaker when you get the ball in his hands. And the only reason he's not putting up those kinds of numbers is health this year and sharing a wide receiving room with the guys that he has. But no one has ever questioned his ability to find that end zone. The first time today and the 3rd time this year for his new team, Brothers in Christ. They'll go for 1 from the 5, 39-13. Codrington. Can't find Cohen on the crossing route. They've been struggling on that ever since the interception. But it will continue to be BIC leading this game. What's that, 26?
Not too bad.
4-score lead.
Yeah, Yeah, it's doable. You can work with that.
Well, to start, maybe get taped up. Because when you got guys like Ashante Worthy out there, and you got to go back and forth with all those jukes, your ankles better be in tip-top shape.
Better be.
That's why I have professional athletic training services for all ages and all athletes. You can just scan the QR code to get Trainer Steve at your shindig, some might say. Or you can visit tapemeup.net for more information. Trainer Steve, get taped up like a pro.
Listen, they got right now, 8 minutes left. Heathens had some, they had a splash in the first half. They need to get that splash back.
Well, and one way to start is put your guy.
Okay, this is what I'm talking about.
Back there for a return. Now, when I've seen Marty go for returns, he's looking for a body to crash into more than he's looking for any kind of open lane to juke. So if you're BIC, you better make sure you, A, come correct with those lanes, but B, don't catch yourself trying to be taking on a shoulder like you did with Lower One. I'll tell you what, there's a whole lot more behind the shoulders of Marty than our guy Lower One.
And here we go, folks.
Here's Dwan Williams.
And
Marty can't see. And he manages to get it.
hey!
Someone's mouthpiece is on the field.
This is why I need
And he is
bully.
looking to bully
This
that
is why.
return team.
That's the bully I'm talking about, guys. That's what I'm talking about.
Not a lot of yards,
I don't need a lot
but
of yards.
definitely a lot of aura.
I need that. That's what I'm talking about. That's a grown man out there.
Marty didn't take this trip to leave scalps unscalped. And he's over here laughing because that was surely an interesting performance
We
none the
laughing
least.
too, Marty.
But why not? This is a fun game, and he's a fun player to watch.
You thought look, get off me, little boy. Oh, that's not the highlight. No. When he first got there.
They can't bring him down.
Come on, little boy.
And the Heathens break the huddle, Momo, and they'll go 4 wide to the outside.
Come on, little boy. Why you keep picking on this? Yo.
I have a
Keep
feeling
picking on-
Momo's going to throw a quick screen, and he does. It's Izzy, but there's no blocking, and they get no yards, and it's now 2nd and 12. So they called one of the plays of all time. That was one of the football plays of all time by Momo, who, in all fairness, has not have the worst quarterback performance of today's day.
Who would you say had the worst quarterback performance of today?
Well, it's in the air. It is certainly in the air.
Who's it between who?
We'll find out when we come back.
Clearly, that's not working this time.
That is what you could call that one. You could call that one for sure an adjustment. And either way, whether it's a sack or a intentional grounding and a loss of down, it will bring up third and much longer than the Heathens have converted today. Now, they do have a couple of big plays, just not on third.
Marty checks in that tight end. Greek Beast at the top of your screen. Quick screen over here. Intercepted.
There's
Intercepted by
Kason.
Kason. Kason want to be back. Kason got that speed. Kason with the hip and hopping. Kason, what you going to do, Kason? Kason said, I'm going to kick it in. Kason lateral with the Hollywood. Oh, this is the cheat code. This is the cheat code. This is the cheat code. Block it down the sideline.
How bad do the Heathens not want to give up a touchdown here?
Out of bounds.
And shout out to Momo for making the play. When it gets like that, it gets spooky because nobody's really paying attention. You got to keep your head on a swivel. It's so back and forth.
Yep.
Shout outs to the Heathens for making that play and with a tackle. You want the wide receiver to catch the ball. He doesn't. Let's watch the replay. It's just out of the reach of the Greek player's name. We're just taking the beast off. And Kason Campbell gets it. Interception. He's got the hands. He's got the jukes. We've seen him. Looked like he was going to turn it into a pass play. Somehow still gets upfield. Shout outs to Keith Salmons. And realistically, the fact that Ashante Worthy doesn't score on this,
that's crazy.
That is a full team effort from the Heathens. In a situation where they all could have just said, stuff it, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Exactly the word that I was trying to use.
BIC breaks a huddle. Lil Bo in the backfield.
Manny Diaz has got the single coverage. The slant is wide open.
And GT is there. Toss over here to the left. Little boat, little boat, little boat. Look, they going to carry him to the end zone? Almost did. They almost did.
They almost let the tugboat into harbor.
He flexed it. Look, one time for the one time.
That was a great run from a guy who really hasn't had a multi-hundred-year rushing season since a couple of years ago. He was with the Renegades.
Mm-hmm. But I like
definitely a threat in this league for over a decade. And you see here he's got plenty in the tank. No arm tackles bringing him down. And even the likes of Marty are not enough. This BIC gives him a little help on the shove. Be down at the 1. Second and goal. Oh, they're going to call his forward progress back a little bit further.
Got you. So
they got Manny on that slant again. He's saying he wants it. He's pointing to the
second
corner.
Go right back to Lil Bo. Lil Bo gonna run hard. Oh, what blocking? Wow, throw him like a little doll on the floor. Touchdown. BIC. It's getting ugly. It's getting ugly, sir. It's getting ugly.
Well, it's 45-13. 4:03 left in today's game. It's been a rough season for the Heathens. There's been a lot of guys there to fight in and out every week. Trust me, LJ, from experience, I've been on the 0 for team. I know how hard it is to keep consistent and keep fighting. But you do have to give these guys out their credit. The Wheelers, the Cal Bones, the Martys, even the Keith Salmons, even the lower ones. You saw them get in on that tackle even after a couple of bad plays. Mm-hmm. What you have to ask, if you are either a fan or somebody that wants the Heathens to do well, though, is where are the guys who said that they would be the leader, that they would be the one, the quarterback? Not here.
Wow.
And that's the extra point to GT.
GT, extra point is good.
A former DC Buzz rookie last year, finding a good and helpful spot as the new tight end this year for BIC. A weapon Sterry Codrington has used consistently. 46-13. Lead is 33. And listen, Heathens are going to be feeling it tomorrow, LJ.
Oh.
That's why Kinetic Relief has them covered.
That's right.
Recovery does matter, so you need that fast plant-based relief to keep you moving. And that's the relief that you get from the Relief. Scan the QR code for a chance at a free sample or visit the website, kineticrelief.com, to get yourself premium CBD relief. Cal Bone. Looks like, is that Cal Bone?
Why not?
Why not indeed?
Why not Cal?
And listen, the conversation as it goes here is, why'd you do that? Dwan here on the throw-off, looking to get it further than he did last time. And it will be in the air. It will definitely make it far enough. And the defensive end catches it cleanly. Cal Bone with some space.
That's my boy Cal.
Why not?
Cal, good
And
run.
Mr. Nobody has to be somebody there. And Cal Bone thought.
You gotta let them know. Gotta let the little boys know. I'm a grown man. What you talking about, man? I gotta be working a couple hours. You can't just throw me like that. Come on, man. Chill out.
He thought he had one.
Best return of the day.
One of the most exciting plays if you are the Heathens. And in which a day that has brought us laughter, has brought us maybe some tears. We've definitely got the excitement. And Cal Bone makes his defensive end counterpart and Trey Baskerville look out of place on the 3-on-1. and I think Cal Bone was saying, hey, man, try to tackle me for real. Why you got to grab my shirt? I paid for that. Momo. He's been a quarterback, one of the quarterbacks of all time.
First and 10, Momo, looking for that slant. Oh, another interception.
He's still up.
Lateral.
This is still live.
KC lateral.
K-Son can't up, and they will blow it dead. What happened?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
It's not like I wasn't watching.
These are the moments I wait for. Fans literally wait for these moments.
Will Franklin's been waiting for this moment. And here's the replay. So in case you were wondering, here it is. You catch Lure one on the leg.
He wasn't down
Caught
by
from
contact.
Lil Boat.
He wasn't down by
Lil
contact.
Boat? Is that really Lil Boat?
That is Lil Boat. They start putting their secondary people on defense.
I mean, Isaac's out there looking to catch the pass too. He's like, why not? At this point. Here we go again. Momo. He's really throwing that hard. Oh, no, it hit Q Bell in the ankle. I don't know. Momo has certainly been one of the quarterbacks of all time in the A7FL.
Let me ask you a question. If you had to guess right now you had to guess, what is Momo's stats at quarterback right now today?
I'll tell you his rating.
No, not the rating. First, give me his stats.
All right, so first of all, he's got the 2 touchdown passes. Let's not take those away from
So
him.
he's 2 for 40?
He's got a couple of quick screens, so let's say he's 5 for about like 19, 20, right?
All right.
Sterry's probably about like, what, 6 for 18, to be fair?
The blasphemy that you put him in the same sentence? But go ahead.
I mean,
Who's that? Wait, who's
missing
that?
throws is not
Is that
the
Herschel?
issue.
That look like Herschel.
And it's Hirsch!
That look like Herschel.
We're over here talking about Momo's stats and we're missing a legend in action?
I knew it looked like some old man just running the ball back there. That looked like my man Herschel.
Well, you could see it from the glare off of his white goatee.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the oldest man.
Shimmering like silver.
He is 122 years old.
He's 122, and he's only 122 yards away from tying the record for most yards walked in a human life.
If I'm BIC, I'm giving him the ball again.
I'm blocking better for him, though.
His grandkids is on the Heathens right there. Let's see. Back to live action. 2nd and 12. Herschel in the backfield.
That time it's just tossed to SJ. They use Herschel.
SJ could block it downfield. SJ.
SJ.
Let me tell you,
Herschel as a decoy is a very dangerous player, by the way.
Very dangerous. Let me tell you something what SJ does. SJ, we talked about this earlier. What SJ does that a lot of players don't, they're patient and waiting for the holes.
In the NFL, we have not seen an Le'Veon Bell style.
That's what I meant.
That's exactly,
Le'Veon Bell.
I agree.
Yeah,
After
Bell.
watching that, the jump cuts, the patience,
Le'Veon Bell.
the north and south kind of knows for the space on the field, for the seam.
That's exactly what it reminds me of.
Le'Veon Bell.
Yep.
Former Jet.
No. Still.
He got paid by the Jets.
Back to the old man, the OG, the triple OG.
And he gets forward.
Gets
forward progress. Listen, Le'Veon Bell had all of those yards with the Steelers, right? He had a Super Bowl.
Something else.
He made like 1.9 million. Goes to the Jets, like 30 total yards. He got like $20 million guaranteed. Why not?
How you gonna compare the quarterback from the Jets to the Steelers?
You better let him grab you up.
Back to live action. Sorry for
Well, I'll just say the Jets decided to pay Le'Veon Bell. They were just a little late on his production.
spread formation.
Oh, boy.
Wheeler can't get
Oh,
there.
boy.
Condren got that
Oh,
speed.
boy.
Condren is gonna see. Boom! Hey!
Makes the play.
Makes the play.
Makes the tackle.
Makes the tackle.
And that's a couple of big plays my man has had here to save.
Don't matter. Steri Condren said I'm up. It says I'm up 46-13. It don't matter. I need Hirsch back in the game.
If they score here, we could end this one a little bit early.
Back to Big Hirsch.
And here's Hirsch.
Hirsch running
with
slow.
the cutback. No.
The slowest run. He's the slowest run, but it don't matter. He's the OG.
Looking.
Don't. Yeah, there you go. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy, the OG. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Somebody said Hirsch is 188 years old.
Somebody said he's less than that.
Yeah?
Yeah, 187.
That's good blocking downfield in his replay here by GT.
A lot of really good plays we've seen, which have brought us to this fourth quarter. And now we haven't brought you close football all day, but we certainly brought you some excitement, some entertainment, and by golly, LJ, me and you were just having a good time watching A7FL football. 15 minutes left in this game, maybe. 46, BIC, with the Heathens only 13. We'll be back with the conclusion of this game. Second and about 11. Ball on the 15-yard line. BIC, Steri Codrington. He's got Sire Hancock, bottom of the screen. Ashante Worthy, top of the screen. And BIC looking to go up a bunch. Except for one of the times Steri and BIC were down here, there was an interception. So the Heathens do have a chance to stop them. But maybe not if Ashante gets the ball.
Play action.
Quick pressure.
Got wide open. Boom.
And
Touchdown.
Sire Hancock, the corner, with a big play at wide receiver, wide open. The defense froze because they were concerned about Ashante Worthy getting that jet action motion. And they freeze long enough for Steri to buy some time and find Sire Hancock wide open across the middle of the field. You see, this freezes the defense. And other than Wheeler doing his best to get near Steri, wow, there's no coverage in the back end. Touchdown.
That was too easy.
52-13. 39 is the difference between these two teams. And they will be going for 40, BIC is, from the 5-yard line.
They converted over?
I think.
Let's take a look.
It's not close, LJ.
SJ and GT. GT.
And there's GT.
GT
Do
got
they
get
want to
there.
bring him down?
GT got getting there. GT got getting there. GT got getting there.
They may have wanted to bring him down, but they don't. The Baltimore guy
Conversion's good.
gets it in there. 53-13. And that is a 40-point lead in the fourth quarter. And for all intents and purposes, BIC will comfortably move into the second round of the North Jersey A7FL playoff bracket. The Heathens struggled all year. They fought. Especially today, it was not enough. You see the smiles from Trey Baskerville coming over from the Animals. Isaac Negron coming back to BIC. And listen, this game, yeah, nobody's sang yet. No women, right? And listen, I heard there's, she's been taking the shot, the Ozempic.
Mm-hmm.
So she hasn't sang yet.
Not yet.
But there's plenty of A7FL football even after this game.
That's right.
Already mentioned the heated rivalry that's brewing out in Vegas, where the Insomniacs are looking for cold-blooded, to quote my friend LJ, revenge against the Stealth. That's coming up later tonight.
What time? What time is that game?
7 o'clock Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. It might be 7 o'clock Pacific. I'm not sure. But it's definitely happening on this calendar day.
But if you subscribe to YouTube,
so if you don't want to miss it,
I'll tell you.
Just hit the notification bell.
That's right.
And then you'll get the notification, and then you don't have to do the guessing game that we're doing right now.
That's right.
Here's Dwan with the throw-off. And
oh, wow. You got to make a play.
That's easy.
Easy, got to make a play.
He's making it hard on himself.
Easy, got to make a play.
And
everyone gets airborne. Everyone gets lifted.
Be down. Let's see the Heathens. SJ's having fun today.
Everyone's always having fun when they're winning.
It's funny. SJ's one of the old time U guys. He's one of the first old time U guys that is kind of like having his swan song with BIC. It used to be the other way around. Mm-hmm. With the Big Rob Fabian. Shout out to Big Rob. Beginning of the season, me and Big Rob actually said that we were going to play.
Really?
Today. Yeah. It didn't work out.
Who's Big Rob going to play with?
With BIC.
That would have been. Oh, that would have been.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to Kenneth Stansbury about it, But the thing is BIC, especially after the two losses, they don't want this season to just be some kind of like circus act. They really want to win out there. So these guys know more than me and Rob even how to do this the right way. And they're showing you here today and showing Momo on this play.
Jeez, IS.
So we saw the Phantoms today, and it was very similar score, very similar situation. It felt very similar in both of these games. One team was dominant, the other team not so much. One team has hopes beyond this week. The other team, maybe they're hopeful for next week where they have no games. But we've seen both of these teams up close and personal. Now, these two teams did play, and BIC did beat the Phantoms. But based on what you've seen today, how do you think the Phantoms match up with the defending A7FL champions in the Trenton BIC?
Well, I can tell you this. The U and the BIC always goes head-to-head, and BIC historically struggled playing against Silky, right? As you look at this...
There's a swing pass again to Marty.
What's the quarterback's name again from the Kentucky team?
Oh, Keno Thomas was the one we saw today. To be fair, their quarterback all season been Jaden Miles.
But if he played again against BIC, I think BIC would have their hands full because he plays very similar. He plays very similar to Kareem Moon, which BIC historically have struggled against, right?
Yeah,
that type of elusive player.
I don't think it's weird to say that. I think BIC sometimes struggled more with Moon than they do with Huff. At least with Huff, they know.
But Huff is different because Huff.
For sure, Huff is different, and I think Huff is a better quarterback.
Of course,
the thing about Moon is he's not out there to play quarterback. He's out there to just play football the right way. Here's Momo.
But to your point, yeah, Huff. I can tell you like this: Huff may be a better player, a better passer, but Moon has more highlights. Moon has broken into that, and I mean highlights meaning. Just imagine all the highlights that would have been more. We just. I mean,
to be fair to both Moon and Huff, this doesn't need to be them versus each other. They both have a ton of highlights. They have,
true. No, Huff's that guy.
One season of either of those guys is more than my career highlights.
But what I saw today is that quarterback from
Keno Thomas. Yeah.
Keno Thomas, he's special, and it's going to be very tough to they're gonna have to have a game plan for him.
Well, and my thing is I was talking to the Phantoms after their win on the sideline. You know, they're celebrating, they're having a good time. I talked to Jaden Miles, their quarterback, who was injured in the game. He said he'll be back for next week. To what effectiveness can he come back? And after seeing what Keno can do, do you even go to the guy that may or may not be 100%?
That's a good point. Exactly.
I think what Keno did is he proved that he can be that guy if they need him.
Right.
But it's an interesting question for my guys, Brent Smothers, Dale Hathaway, hey, going into the week, what is our plan? Because if Jaden Miles has been their guy, I would hate to see the Phantoms do the same thing that the Renegades do all the time.
Yeah.
Which is, hey, it's just the quarterback. We got to switch quarterback.
Right.
Because Jaden Miles did not look bad in today's game. It's just that the way that Keno Thomas functions as a quarterback, he is their best playmaker. And today, evident, because when you start with the ball with your best playmaker's hands, sometimes he's able to look even more special.
And he's more dangerous, in my opinion. He's more dangerous at the position
because he's got the ball in his hands more. Yeah. And if Jaden can get the ball to him in the air, then that's what they want to do. And here's Sterry, dangerous himself. Finds Trey Baskerville.
When Trey Baskerville scores and Momo's covering him.
Guess who I'm about to mention?
Who?
Remember, it's me.
I'm listening.
It's me.
I'm listening.
That is the first offensive touchdown for Trey Baskerville since 2021, in which Corey Hammond threw him touchdown passes for the Renegades. Trey Baskerville. Can't leave him out there uncovered. And what was the mercy rule is now, again, a mercier rule. And Momo knows, hey, listen, I got to go back out there and play quarterback maybe. I'm not trying to take you down, big guy. That is a touchdown.
That is a touchdown, yep.
That is more points on the board. And that is the sack celebration. Pause really quick. I don't know, for all out there being uncomfortable.
Sorry, you said it already. Sorry. Pause. You said it already.
The sack celebration on a touchdown is a pause if you're a Heathens fan. 59-13. And based on the body language of what's left of the Heathens, they're ready, we'll say.
No, they're ready. But
Markai Gill is not. He's going to come out for maybe a thick boy quarterback situation. Markai Gill, he's paid his dues at offensive line. Now he's showing Sterry Codrington who's the real quarterback of this bunch.
Markai Gill, what you going to do with it?
Wearing number 50-something.
Drops back. Markai got some time. Can be. Ooh. Oh, wait a second. Wait. Is that good? Let's see what the ref calls. Conversions. Good.
Manny Diaz.
Wow.
Makes the play for his guard. Not just his quarterback, his guard.
Wow.
And that'll be a 60.
60 burger?
60 piece. With a side of fries. And talk about extra large.
Look, he's really scared of the field. Look at him.
We're talking about a value meal right here. And he does clearly catch it.
Yep, he does. Sure does.
That's how you make a play. And usually you say that's how you make a play for your quarterback. That's how you make a play for your guard, LJ. 60-13. It's the fourth quarter. And if you're watching this, you're thinking, hey, this is the best Virginia has to offer. These guys from Jersey can't be that good. Me and my buddies could beat these guys. Well, prove it. You don't just have to talk about it. You could be about it. A7FL.com/owners. And you could go from being a keyboard warrior to being featured on DAZN internationally across the Atlantic, across the Pacific, and even where they get those, those little islands there, in between.
Streaming.
A7FL.com/owners. And you too could be a part of the A7FL. 3 minutes. 47 points in between these teams.
If you know Marty's always going to finish strong.
LJ, this was a one-point game at a certain point.
Yeah.
And Marty is not going to look for the jukes.
Wow.
bounce from Dwan.
Is that a touchback?
The ball
That is a
tiptoed
touchback.
up the sideline, yet it has no legs, feet, or even toes.
Wow.
Clock will continue to tick here as the players have decided. We've done enough. Just let's get this one more drive out. Let's little dignity here. Momo.
But why?
I'd go out there.
No, but why?
Why?
What's changed? They haven't got to the end zone since like 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Like, why now?
Well, this is the thing, LJ.
I'm listening.
For the guys that want it, for the guys that live this sport, they're going to be in that huddle and make sure it ticks down to, by the way, 1 minute, by the way, number one. Number two, they want to go out with their heart on their sleeves, with their heart on their shield.
Heart and shield, okay.
Because it's going to be almost a full calendar year for these guys to get back at it, if ever. Some of these guys may retire after this. So
Sheesh.
for Momo, for the Heathens, one last go-round. Let's see what they can do here.
The slant.
And this time it's caught by a Heathen.
Nice catch. Last time
The
he threw that
third
slant
time's
to
a
him.
charm. That's the third time they've called that play in a row. And after 2 interceptions consecutively on that play, Momo dials it in. A good question for you was, I'm gonna turn it back around on you. I'm gonna play a Uno reverse. Here's Momo rolling out, looking, firing. Another completion. Where was this earlier?
Look at
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, come on, man. Come on. Yo, stop flirting. Stop
All
flirting.
right, Ryan, you.
Yes,
this is
I'm
why
right.
Ryan. This is why they do this, Ryan DePaul. You can't zoom in on them when they're looking at us. It's 60-13. Bro, how many times have I been losing like this? I don't look up after a completion.
Look, you got to stop one time for the one time.
Keith, it's 5 yards. All right, it's 15. It's all right. It's 15. All right, whatever. Give him something. Like I said. Zoom in on somebody now. Whoever you zoom in on, they're going to have a different face. 30 left.
30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. That's my guy right there.
He said stop playing.
Stop playing with me.
And then looked at
I could have been catching them comebacks all day. Stop
What
playing.
he's saying is stop playing the game. And we're almost there. Momo looking again for a BIC defender. That
7.
time, the other quarterback. And this time he can't find him. And that's all she wrote.
Good game, fellas.
We're going to go final here. 60-13. BIC takes care of business. They gave us an enjoying game. The Heathens made it fun.
Yep.
We're up here having a good time.
Good time.
But you're going to miss the other good games. Click the notification button and subscribe now. YouTube.com/the A7FL. Don't forget the V. We're the only one. And when you get notification id.
What'd you just say?
I don't know. I'm messing the word up on purpose. It works better when I do the social medias. When you get the notification bell and it sends you the thing, you're going to get the Insomniacs Stealth rematch. And no, it's not a boxing match yet, LJ. For the incomparable LJ Smith,
Yes, sir.
for our booth, for Ryan, for Shunner, for everyone, I'm Corey Hammond. And BIC will move on to play the Animals, which means the Phantoms get that rematch against the U. We'll see you next weekend on Games of the Week.